And we are live on Championship Saturday here at the Bill Harris Arena at the Crossplex in Birmingham, Alabama. The SIAC basketball tournament coming to a conclusion today with final contest on both sides for the men and women to determine who wins the Crystal Cup. Or the Crystal Up here in 2018 for the SIAC.
That's one of those hashtags there, Charles. Crystal Up. There's a lot of crystal in the back. I saw it as I came in earlier. And we had a precursor earlier this season to this exact matchup, and it was a doozy in Atlanta. Clark Atlanta just barely got by Central State, but a W is a W nonetheless. But we have seen in this tournament what you did in the regular season can be highly irrelevant to what is going to happen here in Birmingham.
Absolutely. On Championship Saturday, anything could happen with two teams on the ladies' side that are strong competitors. Did a great job during the tournament. They're here to determine which team will win the championship. Lady Panthers are the first-year head coach, and so are the Lady Marauders, Tolly. So a lot at stake here.
And this battle, the coaches don't play each other, but we always look for storylines and rivalries. Collegiately, both head coaches are first-year head coaches. Yolanda Moore for Clark Atlanta and LaTanya McDole is the interim coach for Central State. And as players, they come from the SEC, the Southeastern Conference. Now, Coach Moore, University of Mississippi, she was a three-time All-SEC Post player. She's in the Ole Miss Sports Hall of Fame, and even bigger than that, she's a WNBA champion. And you look on the other side of the ledger, Coach McDole, she played at the University of Kentucky, so she's all about that KU life. For her career, 1,000 points, 600 rebounds, and 200 steals. Very rare company for her. She got a shot at the WNBA, but really made her pro career in Portugal, where she had a career high of 46 points one time. So both of these ladies know how to hoop when they were younger, and of course now they know how to coach because first year at the helm, both of them here in the SIAC Championship.
Absolutely, and both looking for their first SIAC title as coaches and doing a good job with those programs. Coach McDole, interim status for her, taking over in February and doing a good job with them, leading them to this championship ball game in just her first year, and maybe a half year, actually, Polly, in terms of her performance as head coach. So to both of them, good job, and their teams certainly are ready to get into some serious action here today in this championship ball game.
And after this game, we have one more, the nightcap for the men's. It's going to be Clark Atlanta taking on Claflin. So the Panthers with a chance to sweep here in Birmingham. Last year, the men won the title in a big matchup in a last-second shot, and they were swag surfing. I think that's what they call it, Charles, the swag.
I thought you were going to call it the shoot.
No, shoot. I don't even think the shoot was out last year this time. So Coach Darrell Walker would love to see everything in that picture happen again, except for that banner to say 2018 instead of 2017.
And so with Yolanda Moore as head coach of the women's Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta, looking for her first title as head coach. Panthers of CAU, both men and women, no stranger to SIAC championship ball games. For the women, they've won 5 SIAC titles overall. Earliest one dating back to 1982 under Glenda Johnson. And they've been in the tournament championship ball game a total of 14 times. For the Lady Marauders of Central State, they got to the championship ball game last year to be denied by the eventual winner last year, the Lady Tigers of Benedict College. But they repeat their appearance here this year, and each of these coaches with good programs and good players behind them, providing us what we know will be an exciting basketball game this afternoon here at Bill Harris Arena.
And what does it feel like? Gosh, 3 games, 2 games, however many you've had to play. It's been such a long week for everyone here.
Sure.
But now you get to the point where we can really, really win this thing.
Yeah, the reality is about to set in for somebody that they're going to walk away with the Crystal Up here. Hashtag Crystal Up, that's the mantra for this 2018 SIAC basketball tournament.
Wow, we've heard the national anthem 6 times already, or 5 times. We're going to hear it one more. And we're going to go to the PA announcer here. We're going to get starting lineups, and we're going to get the national anthem.
For today's Women's Championship game, featuring today's visiting team, the Lady Marauders of Central State University. Against today's home team, the Lady Panthers of Clark, Atlanta. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America and celebrate its freedom and those who protect it with the playing of our national anthem. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on behalf of the Birmingham Crosslands and the Bill Harris Arena to today's SIAC Basketball Championship game. And now it's time for today's starting lineups. Beginning first with the Lady Marauders of Central State University. Starting at guard with 5'6" senior from Fairfield, Ohio, #1, Brooks Pauly. Starting at goal, the Powder Junior from Evansville, Indiana, #10, Mustafa Nader. Starting at goal, the 5'9" junior from Ohio, #11, Pat Edwards. Starting at guard, the 5'8" senior from Columbus, Ohio, #21, Sierra Holloway. And starting at goal, the 5'10" senior from Chicago, Illinois, #22, Siobhan Bates. The Lady Marauders are coached by Tommy McDowell and Louis Shine. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for today's home team, the Lady Panthers of Clark, Atlanta. Starting at guard, the 5'5" senior from Auburn, Georgia, #1, Marissa Mendoza. Starting at guard, the 5'8" sophomore from Rialto, California, #2, Rihanna Miller. Starting at guard, the 6' senior from Atlanta, Georgia, #13, Lauren Turner. Starting at guard, the 5' senior from Brookfield, Georgia, #22, Leonie Johnson. And starting at guard, the 5'6" freshman from Stone, Mount Georgia, #23, Naomi Holloway. Clark Atlanta is coached by Yolanda Moore and assisted by Tony Bailey.
And there you have the starting lineups for both teams in this championship ball game between the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta University and the Lady Marauders of Central State. Guarantees to be a good one here. Glad you could join us on HBCU Game Day. Charles Ward, Polycar, and Toby Durham here with the production. Glad you're with us here on Championship Day. Officials for today's ball game: Kim Haywood, Tanita Dumas, and Terrell Johnson with the call here in the championship ball game.
Hey, Harley, in case you were watching the scouting report last night on film, she has let her hair down. Don't let that fool you. She is the main young lady out there that Clark Atlanta is going to have to keep up with.
Harley last night in the semifinals, 25 points. Underway here in this championship ball game. Glad you're joining us on whatever platform you're on with HBCU Game Day. Johnson with the jumper, left right corner, missed on that shot. So they crack the ice with a miss. Lady Marauders back the other way now. Marauders, runners-up last year in the championship ball game, and our first turnover of the ball game. The Lady Marauders committed, and it goes back over to Clark Atlanta.
Has to be nerves first minute or two for both teams.
I'm surprised they can even run down the floor.
My feet would feel like concrete if I was out there.
Sure. Just listening to the announcing on the players and starters, I guess that gave me chills over here.
Yeah, chest pounding. Get me out, coach.
Mandola misses on the penetration left side. And here come the Marauders now. First quarter action championship ball game. That's Harley to the rack right side. And a foul. Mandola got her on the way by.
And nothing calms you down like an early foul, a trip to the free throw line, seeing that ball go through the basket, and then it just becomes normal basketball.
It's real and regular then. 39th Women's SIAC Basketball Tournament. First one played back in 1979. And the Marauders of Central State trying to get their first SIAC title.
Wow, I was just a wee little lad.
Harley missed on the first. On the second attempt, basketball went out of bounds off the Lady Panthers, so it belonged to the Lady Marauders.
Wow, chance for some separation here. We'll see who will be the tournament MVP. But first, we're going to see who's going to be the champion.
Harley across the floor now on the move. That's Edwards, kind of inside the paint. So Edwards, 13 points in the semifinal on yesterday, 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Lady Marauders winning that semifinal ball game, 84-75 over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State to make it here to the final ball game. Holloway now for the Lady Panthers, rattled and got it to fall. Those are their first 2 of the ball game. Holloway went for 26 yesterday.
Big threes yesterday.
And this is Spalding out front now for the Lady Marauders. Now Edwards surveys. On the turn, basketball is loose on the floor. Mandeldove dives toward it and we're going to have a foul called at midcourt. Mustafa Nader, the junior from Evansville, Indiana, guilty of that foul.
Yeah, nothing says welcome to the championship game like a little strawberry getting on the court early.
All those familiar burns. Marauders with a 3-2 lead, half-court set for the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Won the title in 2013 under Coach Vanessa Moore. And that one's good. Brianna Miller got that basket. Miller got it for the Lady Panthers. So Miller inserted into the lineup to start in this championship ball game, so already paying some dividends.
Absolutely, and this is a pro CAU crowd. They had a bus to come up from campus. We've had a couple of parents that you've been hearing all week. They haven't gone anywhere yet.
You'll hear them again today. Turnover here. Here comes Holloway on a 4-on-3. Left side with the dish. And Mandeldove pushes through the paint. Now back up front. Miller looks at it, squares with a jumper, and missed on the shot. Will stay there on this end of the floor. Foul's going to be called on Fallon Edwards, the junior from Aurora, Illinois. Non-shooting fouls for the Lady Panthers inbounded. Out front now, Mandeldove trying to run it down. She will. Yeah. 8 minutes remain, 5-3 lead for the Lady Panthers. Holloway, quick step, drops back for the 3. Hit the front of the iron with it. Rebounds cleared by Banks and Central State.
Holloway and Harley. That's going to be a matchup to watch today on both sides of the ball.
Beautiful shot to watch there by Brooke Spalding with the bank shot left side. She ties the ball game up at 5. Whistles inside on a blocking foul. This one's going to be called on Banks again.
Brooke Spalding's parents are here. Mom yesterday had a shirt that we put up on Instagram that said Central State versus everybody. And it might feel that way in the crowd today because they had the farthest to come than anyone. So the CAU fans had a little bit of advantage, only a 2-hour drive up from Atlanta.
Indeed. I hope the folks up in the Wilberforce, Ohio area and across the country who support Central State are chiming in on social media. Yeah. Down low now, Banks clears with a rebound.
Yell at your phone, they'll hear you.
Entry pass at the block, Edwards denied down there, but a whistle. Or correction, Nader there at the left block. So Mustafa Nader foul, should be shooting here.
Yeah, she did a great job of pinning her defender.
7:21 remains. And Nada breaks the 5-5 tie with the first free throw. Last night ball game for the Lady Marauders. Nada with 11 points, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Got a good distribution of points the Lady Marauders did in semifinals to get to this final ball game against Clark Atlanta. 7-5 lead, Central State leads. Mandel Dove, left side now. Miller gives it up. Holloway, she's there for 3. Back of the iron for her.
So opposite start than yesterday. Yep. She hit her first 2 and then went through a cold stretch and then caught back fire late in the game. She may eventually catch fire, but missing from deep here early on.
That's the first 2 offerings thus far. Central State with the basketball. That's Sierra Harley, the all-conference player. Led them yesterday with 25 points in that semifinal contest. Out front now, that's Destiny Russell who's on the floor. She'll raise with the jumper and drains it.
And that had to be emotionally draining for Central State. A tough game against your arch rival. The 3rd time you've defeated them this year. Imagine that took a lot out of them mentally.
We'll see if that doesn't transfer to the physical in this ball game. They've had to play just 2 ball games here to get to the championship contest as Holloway misses on the inside. But you're right, the emotion in that game so high last night, sometimes that can take a lot out of you physically as well.
Yes.
At the block they go. Nodder trying to get it airborne. She does, but left it short. Got a whole rebound, and on the putback, she's fouled.
Yeah, hasn't had much success on converting down there, but has had success going to the line, which is a good sign. So at the line here with 6:15 remaining in the first period. It's a 9-5 game as the free throw does not fall. Just right off the front of the rim there.
Right on the floor now for the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Brianna McCullum.
Fight for the loose ball. Rebound goes to Central State and coming back this way.
5-point lead for Central State. Spalding runs it down in the corner now. Picked up by Johnson. The runner by her. It's off the mark, but we got a whistle there. So it will send Spalding to the line. Spalding to shoot here.
Check again. Number 4.
Couple of substitutions in now for the Lady Marauders. Jada Davis on the floor. And also out Chevelle Cox, the junior. So Spalding shooting here now for the Lady Marauders. Adds to their lead. 12-5 after the free throw. She's got 4 in the basketball game. Half-court set for CAU. Mandeldub down low, and she's tied up. There's going to be a whistle down low, though.
Right now it's a battle of the free throws here. And Central State has been able to make a living from the line early with their 12 points on the board, but Clark Atlanta is potentially able to catch up here just a little bit with free throws of their own.
Russell with that foul. Mandeldub at the line shooting for Clark Atlanta. Misses on the first. So just underway, 5:40 left in this first period in the women's championship ball game from the Bill Harris Arena. Glad you could join us for the coverage. So Mandeldub goes 1 of 2 from the line. Lady Marauders still lead it. Spalding floater at the foul line, missed on the shot. Holloway clears for Clark Atlanta. Quickly up the floor to Johnson now. 2-on-2 basketball. She'll push all the way through right side. And Kiana Johnson, the senior from Greenville, Georgia, with the basket. Johnson knew exactly where she wanted to go, found the spot, and got the lay-in.
I said I was going to give her dad a microphone. He doesn't need one. He's using mine.
No.
I love it.
Davis to the rack. She answers with a left-hand lay-in for the Lady Marauders.
I feel like this is the most emotion early on we felt all week long.
Sure.
Most emotional first period so far for sure.
Couldn't agree. Championship Saturday. Entry pass, Mandeldub at the free throw line. Left side to the rack. creased the rim but missed on the shot. Russell has it for the Lady Marauders, and they take it away from her. Turner just took it away from her down low.
But she was too far under the basket to make the layup.
Now, almost another steal in the backcourt by Turner and Mandeldove. So 4:29 left in the first period. The Lady Marauders with a 14-8 lead over the Lady Panthers in the championship ball game. We'll step out for a break. You're watching Championship Saturday women's action here live on HBCU Game Day. Back live inside the Bill Harris Arena, Championship Saturday, our first championship ball game of the day, men's to follow. Right now, women's action. The Lady Marauders of Central State with a 14-8 lead over the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta.
Each basket feels like it carries so much weight here today.
Davis, good give and go down low there for the Lady Marauders. They got it to Cox, and Cox got the lay in. Excellent ball movement there by Coach McDowell's troops on that trip down the floor. 16-8, they lead it. Turner with the basketball. Bumping inside on a whistle. They're going to get her for the offensive foul.
Offensive foul, number 13.
So Turner with her second personal in this first half of play. 4:09 remains in the first quarter. Turnover there, and Mandeldove with it for the Lady Panthers. The whistles away from the basketball.
Offensive foul, number 13,
Turner has picked up her third. And boy, that's a big blow there to the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta.
Yeah, she's been a ball hawk on defense here early on. Those 3 fouls, she's going to have to sit until after halftime.
Turner, all SIAC player with an early depart with the fouls with 3.
Well, the thing with 2, either you sit and wait for the third later, or you play, and then if you get the third, you sit.
Yeah. It involves some sitting somewhere.
Yes.
Right. Jonee Lee takes her place in the lineup, and she comes in and gets a rebound immediately by Rhoda Johnson, and up the floor now to McCullum. She'll run the floor and lost the basketball. Lady Marauders coming back the other way. That's turnover number 6, or number 2 for the Lady Panthers. Left side now, Spalding behind the arc. Out front, Harley, she'll take a turn at 3 and drains it for the Lady Marauders.
She's 3 for 3, and not the lady that you want to leave open behind the line.
Harley, nice job of squaring in the jumper there. Lady Marauder lead, largest of the game, 19-8 at this point with 3:12 remaining first quarter that is. Tapped inside and taken away by Central State. Up the floor, running the break now is Davis, caught up in the corner. Now gives it Spalding across the floor. That's Harley, another good look by her. And Nessa Remmers off the mark. Holloway had it, but it was taken away by Central State. They get another look now as we go under 3 minutes left first quarter.
The fact that Harley was that wide open, again, not something Coach Moore wants to see.
At the block now, working his Cox to the rack, and a nice job by her. Chevelle Cox, the junior from Port of Spain, Trinidad, with that basket.
The second unit not keeping up with the pace of Central State.
Indeed. They are a different team without Turner on the floor. Mandeldove out front now. Left side, they work at Holloway for 3. That one's off the mark. Rebound fought for. It will stay with Clark Atlanta. Holloway, 6 of 13 from behind the arc in the semifinal ball game on yesterday. but starting slow here in this championship ball game.
She's an offer from behind the line here early on.
0 for 3. They'll have the basketball here in this half-court set, though. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. Mandeldub to inbound it. Works it in the corner to Johnson. Back out, Holloway for 3. Can't get that one to fall either. Rebound chased down by Mandeldub, though, and a fresh 30 there for CAU.
Well, shooters have amnesia. They don't remember the last one they missed, but Holloway's going to need one to fall here soon.
Back out front, Mandeldub. She'll push a three-pointer, and she missed on the shot. Now the rebound cleared by Jada Davis for the Lady Marauders, and they go back the other way. Spalding on a push at the block. Floater nicely done there by the freshman. Quick, aggressive jump by her. Hard stop and got that floater to fall. Mandeldub for 3. This one she drains. So Mandeldub with 4 in the ball game. First field goal for her there.
CAU in a 2-3 zone here.
Right corner, that's Nada. Up top, Harley. At the block, they're trying to get it on the inside. And Banks will run it down. Now 7 to shoot. Harley in the corner and threw it out of bounds. So turnover number 6 for Central State. Basketball back over to the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta.
Oh, boy, these Panthers fans aren't discouraged. They are as loud as they were from the opening tip.
Sounds like you're in that Epps Arena there on the Clark Atlanta campus. Such a small facility, and the sound just resonates. They're resonating here in Bill Harris. Up the floor now, right side and underneath. How about that underneath lay-in there by Davis?
Yeah, great ball control. Let the defender slide by and laid it up right at the last moment.
Jada Davis with the lay-in there. She's got 4. And the lead is 25-11 for the Lady Marauders. Mandeldub. How about the floater right side by Mandeldub?
Mandeldub says, you guys get on my back. We cannot get down any further. She scored the last 5 points for Clark Atlanta.
I talked to Coach Moore after the win on yesterday, and she said that Mandeldub is the central piece for her offense and defense.
Oh, there's no doubt she's the leader of that team.
Entry pass blocked away, but it comes to Spalding in the corner. We're at 17 seconds left, first half. Holly, and there we go. It's Holly. Our first one here of the championship ball game.
They say you end how you begin.
Carry call there against Sierra Harmon.
Oh, God, the inside joke is the very first game of this tournament, we had 5 carrying calls. And, Charles, you've been doing play-by-play all season long. You didn't see 5 carrying calls.
No, not at all.
I think we've had 2 carrying calls since then, with that being the second.
14.8 seconds remains. 25-13 lead for Central State. Clark Atlanta, though, in a half-court set. Miscommunication there between Mandeldub and McCullum. McCullum was coming toward Mandeldub. Pass went out of bounds.
Yeah, miscommunication there.
Davis, half-court set now for Central State. 3 to shoot. Got it out Spalding. She got it airborne. Hit the cylinder, and that brings us to the end of a quick-moving first quarter and heavily favored by the Lady Marauders of Central State. They lead it after the first quarter of play, 25-13 over the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Quick timeout here. Back to start the second. This is HBCU Game Day coverage of the 2018 SIAC Basketball Championship.
On the field, behind the basket, in the press box, bringing you HBCU sports like you've never seen it before. Anyone who has ever been to a sporting event at an HBCU knows that it is just that, an event. The band, the cheerleaders, it's a complete show. The game day experience at HBCUs is truly unique. No media outlet does a better job at capturing that experience than HBCU Game Day.
From there, it was just an instant classic. It was a great basketball game.
Follow us online at hbcugameday.com, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also find us on Fire TV, Roku, and YouTube.
Into the second quarter we go of the women's championship ball game. The Lady Marauders of Central State leading the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta 25-13. And Central State to start the second quarter with the basketball. Spalding, top of the key. Lady Panthers now in a zone defense. Nada bounce it down at the block bank. She's doubled there. Got it to Russell. Now down at the block, Notter got the look, but just not able to put the lay in. Had more time than she thought there. Mandeldove now, quick step towards GAU and lost it right out front. Davis took it away. Up the floor, Spalding. Spalding had it stripped by Holloway. Nice job by Naomi Holloway catching up with that play for Clark Atlanta.
Well, I was going to say the transition points have really been racking up for Central State. I thought they were about to score another layup there, but a good stop by Holloway.
So it'll be a half-court set there now for Central State with 9:32 remaining before the half. Spalding handles. Right now, Sierra Harley off the floor for the Lady Marauders. In the right corner, that's Russell. Now, whistles inside, and they'll get Banks for the travel. So Banks, the senior from Chicago, with that turnover.
Yep, coaching staff telling her, if you're going to shoot it, shoot it.
Yeah.
Study long, you study wrong. Is that a North Carolina saying, Charles?
Yeah, well, it didn't work for me. I tried not studying at all. That was definitely wrong. Mandeldove now. They push it left side, Holloway. Needs to get off here. Fires a three-pointer, shot an air ball.
He's not getting any closer.
Back the other way come the Lady Marauders. They'll set it at the post. Russell with it. Foul line extended with the jumper. Missed on it. Got her own rebound. Tried for the putback, and she drew a foul on the inside. Set to come in next dead ball for the Lady Marauders. I think that's Cox set to come back in. That is the junior set to come back in next dead ball.
It's really been the hustle points for Central State so far. Getting rebounds, getting fouled, getting out in transition, running the floor.
From the line, free throw is good by Russell. Cox into the lineup. She'll replace Banks. Banks departing. And Coach McDowell now starting this second period of play without Harley on the floor, giving her a good needed rest with 8:44 left first half now. 26-13 lead for the Lady Marauders. Across the floor, Mandeldove for the Lady Panthers now. Zone defense for Central State. At the block they go inside Lee. Pushing back toward the rack and a whistle on the play. They're going to go back the other way. It's a job of selling that by Chevelle Cox on the inside.
I don't know. That was a little.
You just tell by the look on your face you don't quite agree with that call.
She didn't really throw an elbow or drop her shoulder.
It's like kind of backing, right?
Well, she's got size. You might bounce off of her.
Cox down low, and she lost it inside. So we go back the other way now. 8:15 remains. 13-point lead for the Lady Marauders. One meeting these teams had during the course of the regular season. It was at Clark Atlanta, and the Lady Panthers won that ball game. Entry pass back to Lee now. To the rack, shot it hard. Good look there, but the rebound's cleared by Cox and Central State.
Yep, angle of that shot off just a little bit.
With 7:50 remaining first half. Russell behind the arc. Harley set to come in next dead ball for Coach McDowell. Basketball near the mid-stripe. It'll be run down there by Jada Davis. 12 to shoot. Whistles out front. And they're going to get Holloway with the foul there for the Lady Panthers. That's Naomi's first personal. As Harley makes it back out on the floor, she'll replace Brooks Spalding in the lineup. So Harley handles on the screen left side, whistles. And an illegal screen there by Destiny Russell. Yeah, that's a head shaker for sure there.
We got some sensitive whistles out there. Making sure they work.
Championship day. Everybody seems to want to get into the act.
Hey, Mom, I'm on to. Oh.
Down low, Holloway able to keep that basketball.
Wow.
No call on that. Some folks are looking for a travel violation there.
Referee said they were fighting for the ball. There was no possession, but
Harley left side now at the rack. Notter missed on the shot. Just seemingly not ready for the pass there from Harley. And CAU back the other way. Mandeldove pushes down low, and she missed on the shot. And we have whistles.
Yeah, so for Holloway to get that bucket could do wonders for her confidence because her three-point shot was just off and it was getting worse. She shot an air ball on the last one. We'll see if her efficiency improves here on the offensive side.
They call that foul down low on Harley, so the Lady Panthers will inbound it. Holloway now slides to paint, right side, underneath, in traffic, but she got the lay-in.
Hey, if it doesn't work from range, get closer.
And that worked for Harley with that basket, her second field goal of the contest. 6:46 left first half now. Lady Marauders with a 26-17 lead. Lady Panthers have cut into it some. Left side, behind the arc. Davis on the move now. Left it back, jump shot there. Nicely done on transition. And that's Edwards, the junior, with the basket.
Good two-man game with those two.
Yep, Brooks with a nice feed, or correction on that. Nice feed on the inside from Davis. Pass at the block to Lee. Lee this time able to control the shot there and got it to fall.
She gets position. There's not much they can do with her when she turns to shoot.
She's got the height and size. 28-19 after Lee's first two of the ball game. Lady Marauders now, half court set. Turning with the jump shot as Banks missed that badly, but follows with the rebound left side and got the lay-in.
Mandeldove had the rebound and just slid right through her hands and doesn't get any easier than that for Central State.
Clark Atlanta just didn't have anybody back there to get a rebound. Top of the key now, Holloway. Harley has that defensive assignment at 5:45 remaining first half. Mandeldove now with 10 to shoot. Hard dribble by her, and now with the floater, missed on the shot. Nada clears for Central State. Up the floor, she'll have it right flank. Now to Harley for three, way outside. Hit the front of the iron, but nothing but Marauders there. Across the floor, now Davis on the move. Whistle inside. 3-second violation for the Lady Marauders.
Yeah, that rebound was so long that Clark had broken out on the fast break, but the ball came right back to where they were, or where they had been.
If they get the break, they'll have the basketball anyway after the 3-second violation. 5:15 left, first half of this women's championship ball game. Entry pass to Holloway now. Across the floor, and Mandeldove. Holloway slides left side, missed on the left-hand lay-in. Banks with the rebound. We approach 5 minutes left first half. Spalding back out on the floor. She'll give it on the entry pass, Banks. Nice hard move by her left side, and under the layup left side, can't get it to fall. Nada going to be guilty of a foul down low, trying to take that basketball away from Lee. So with 4:51 left in this first half, TV timeout here in Bill Harris Arena. 30-19, Lady Marauders lead. Back after the break. Back live at Bill Harris Arena, 4:51 remains first half championship ball game. The Lady Marauders of Central State with a 30-19 lead over the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Lady Marauders looking for their first ever SIAC basketball championship. Lady Panthers throw it away at the sideline. Central State back the other way. Spalding one-on-one with Mandeldove, missed on the shot, but Harley clears and they get another look at it. Banks on the move, but she traveled with the basketball. So turnover number 12 for the Lady Marauders, and we go back the other way with Clark Atlanta handling. Lady Panther program Last SIAC championship for them, 2013. A total of 5 throughout the history of women's basketball in the SIAC. Their 14th championship appearance here. Holloway in traffic, and she threw it away. Going back the other way and falling on that ball and falling very awkwardly. Looks like Harris down there, or Davis down there for the Lady Marauders. No, correction on that. It's going to be Fallon Edwards. Edwards was lunging for that ball to keep Mandeldub from getting the turnover, and she just fell right on top of the basketball, stomach side. Seems to be okay. That's the kind of... More. Harley, right side. Edwards, she'll take a three. That's Harley. Spinner is off the mark. Basketball's chased down in the corner by Holloway. Up the floor, Mandeldove. And she'll work the paint to the rack with the floater. And how did she ever find the basket? She was kind of spinning on that shot and got her eye coordination on site and got a basket there for the Lady Panthers. Mandeldove now with 8 in the ball game. Banks right flank with the jumper, drains it for the Lady Marauders. That's a good square up there by Banks in the corner. That's her 4th point. And that's Harley. That'll be her 2nd. The one thing that the Lady Marauders have got to be careful about is they cannot get her in foul trouble, and Coach McDowell knows that. And she pulls her out of the ball game after that personal's picked up. And actually, that's her 3rd personal. Courtney Hall, the freshman on the floor for Clark Atlanta, makes a presence known right away with a basket right side. Now Davis fires a three-pointer and drains it for the Lady Marauders. Davis with the triple from outside. Only 27% from there during the course of the season, but knocks down a big one there for Central State. Their lead 12. Mandeldove floater short, rebound, and a putback there by Hall. Sure. Showboat, absolutely right. So Hall, the freshman, now with 4 points in the ball game. A free throw coming here. They call that foul on Chevelle Cox. That's her first. And she does. Courtney Hall started in the quarterfinal ball game for the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta, coming out here with vengeance, sending a message that she probably should have started this one. Davis out front now for Central State. Somebody has to step it up now for the Lady Marauders with Harley off the floor. Right corner with a crip shot. That shot's off the mark by Diatan for the Lady Marauders. She just got out on the floor. Mandeldove now, they're feeling it. They work it down in the corner. Johnson for 3, shot an air ball, but a whistle and a travel violation. That's a good call there. Courtney had a hand on it and was stumbling backwards, just could never get it corralled. Let's go. No, we won't. After the turnover by the Lady Panthers, Marauders half-court set now. Davis out front. We're approaching 2:05 left first half. Edwards, hop step with the jumper inside the paint. Left that one short, but a rebound at the block by Davis and a whistle. Indeed, sure. Yeah, you got a lot of ADs in this conference happy about their choices for head coaches. Shot inside off the mark, and Hall had another putback, but she missed as well. We talked to Dr. Jerome Fritch at Claflin the other day, and you heard him just booming about his coaches and a whistle inside. So it'll be Jada Davis, the junior, at the line shooting for the Lady Marauders. Davis with 7 in the ball game, and she's first free throw attempts here. Davis drops the first, so give her 8 and extend the Marauder lead to 36-26 to 10 now. Second free throw Davis got the shooter's roll on that one. It fell good. The lead to 11. Clark Atlanta back on their half of the floor. Trailing with the basketball. We're at a minute 28 left, first half of play. Holloway on the weave. Mandeldove, 15 to shoot for CAU. Right side Johnson. Now 10 to shoot for Clark Atlanta. Holloway out front. She'll push it left side to the rack. Floater off the mark. Purple jerseys combined, but they can't collect the rebound. Back to Clark Atlanta now with 63 seconds left. Holloway deep in the corner, has to go up top to get that basketball before it went out of bounds. At the block, Mandeldove in traffic, and she threw it away. Edwards bumped at the block.
Coming back this way.
Boy, you can never read these officials down low there. Edwards clearly blocked at the baseline, but no call there. The one that you thought would be a clear foul was not called. Holloway with the triple. Whistles inside, and this is the push-off by Courtney Hall.
Offensive foul, number 24, Courtney Hall.
I feel like one official makes a call, another official makes up for the call that they make.
Teamwork.
Makes the dream.
At the line, it'll be Fallon Edwards. And it all justice kind of springs around because Edwards was there at the baseline and was knocked down with the foul. They didn't call that, and now she'll be shooting here. So Edwards with that free throw makes it a 38-26 lead now for the Lady Marauders.
Coach McDowell knows a thing or two about officiating. She has officiated for many years at the AAU level. So
after the missed free throw, a whistle inside the paint.
She maybe has a little bit of empathy.
Banks picks up her second. And we're going back the other way now, Tolly, with 43.8 seconds to shoot for Clark Atlanta.
Chance to cut it down to 10. They'll get it maybe at least, unless offensive rebounds don't work their way, one more possession. They could potentially go back into the locker room just a single-digit lead.
They like that very much because they've trailed in this basketball game almost all of the first half. Cox back out on the floor now. She'll replace Banks in the lineup. Second free throw is good by Johnson. So a 10-point spread now. Central State with the basketball.
This will be a big stop, talking about getting that lead back down to single digits if they could get one here.
Davis out front now. Works it right side, Spalding. Spalding slides left side. Try to get it inside, and they turn it over.
There's the stop.
Just what the Lady Panthers wanted.
A three-pointer would make it a 7-point game.
That's Mandeldove. She knows it. She fires it, but missed on the line drive. Back in play, basketball over to the Lady Marauders with 13 left, first half of play. They'll run the floor. Edwards cross dribble, and Mandeldove took it away. 5 to shoot now. Mandeldove to the rack, and she got the floater. So the lead at halftime is 8 for the Lady Marauders of Central State. Lady Panthers stole some momentum there as they go into the locker room. Although they trail by 8, they cut it to single digits.
It was ugly for a while.
Yeah.
The start of this game, after we got, our lather up, it looked like Central State was just going to run away with this. But we should know by now, Charles, we've been here all week.
Cannot predict that. That's absolutely right. Can't depend on that.
It always comes back to the field. And so far, so good, considering where Clark Atlanta was. I think they should be very happy only to be down 8 points right now.
Marauders leading it at the break, 38-30 over the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. This is championship ball game on the women's side. All for you on HBCU Game Day. We're live from the Bill Harris Arena. Take a break here and back with more from Championship Saturday on HBCU Game Day.
Sound check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Sound. All right, welcome to halftime. Your score right now, Clark Atlanta University 30, Central State 38. I'm right here with Lynn Dawson. He is the athletic director at Clark Atlanta University. Mr. Dawson, you hired a couple of coaches, and both of them are in the SIAC Championship right now. And the women are playing right now. They're in it, looking pretty good. A lot of ball game to go. How do you feel about your hires right now? You got to be feeling pretty good.
Well, what we try to do is look beyond the X's and O's and look for the type of experiences that we're looking for our student athletes to have. And certainly Coach Moore and Coach Walker presented some type of experiences that are rare for our student athletes to engage. And so that's why we hired them. We knew they knew the X's and O's. Both were pro players, but that wasn't the reason. There were some other intangibles that we were looking for, and they have certainly fit the bill.
You know, after the Morehouse game, the first Morehouse game, Coach Brewer at Morehouse was talking about how good of a coach Coach Walker was, and he's surprised that he wasn't somewhere bigger. And we asked Coach Walker about that, and he said people said, oh, you're an NBA coach. You've never coached in college. What were your thoughts about him specifically and his background when he applied for the job?
Well, first of all, when you look at the X's and O's, you know he has that package. He played 10 years, so he had that. He coached 18 years, he had that. And so the question was whether or not he could connect with young people. You know, when you have a desire to do something, your paperwork just doesn't work all the time. Sometimes it doesn't fit. I wasn't looking for someone who had college experiences. I was looking for someone who could change our young men, and that's what he's done.
When you have both of your programs in the SIAC Championship, both of them had great years. Coach Moore was the Coach of the Year. How does that exposure help your university, help your brand, and help the vision that you have for Clark Atlanta?
You know, we are positioned in the right place. We're in the city of Atlanta. Over 30,000 alums that are CEOs and all across the country. I think the exposure of having the caliber of coaches that we have will draw the best type of student athletes that we're looking for, the kind that will win championships, graduate, and develop as leaders.
Now, some of the youngins out there might not remember, but I remember this guy as a star tight end at NC State in the NFL. He's a Raleigh guy. We always have to shout out Raleigh. But you have had a second life as an administrator at HBCUs. What was the draw for you to become involved with HBCUs?
Well, when I retired in 1991, I went to work for Northeastern University, and we started doing all kind of training programs. I just wanted an opportunity to run my own program and to take some of those ideas that I shared with NC State and 200 of the majority universities and put them to work at our universities. And so that's what I've done.
What is the future for Clark Atlanta? You guys have really caught fire in the last couple of years across the board. Where is it? How far do you think the university can go with athletics?
Well, I think we have probably hit about a 20% mark. So we are redoing our facilities. We're increasing our scholarship. We are attracting a new breed of student athletes. And we are recruiting those with academic vigor. But I think we've only hit about 20%. So we have a large window to grow.
Well, congratulations. You've made some great hires. It's been exciting covering you guys and looking forward to seeing what's next.
Thank you so much.
All right, he's Lynn Dawson. He's the athletic director at Clark Atlanta University. It is halftime, 4 minutes to go until we tip things back off. Central State leading 38-30. Charles Ward and I will be back on the call, but let's take a break. We'll be back in a minute.
And we are back live at the Bill Harris Arena at the intermission, just a couple of minutes before we get set to start second half action. 38-30. Lady Marauders of Central State leading the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta University. Tali Carr just pulling all kinds of duties here throughout the week of the SIAC tournament. Up in the stands there talking to the athletics director at Clark Atlanta during the break, getting ready to settle in for the second half of this women's championship ball game.
He's pretty happy.
Yep. He certainly should be. Got both teams here at the dance.
Yeah,
a good chance to win it.
Yeah. Hey, we always, Charles, like to shout people out who are watching us from afar, not here in Birmingham. And Mary Hope from Raleigh. Look, good things come out of Raleigh.
Oh, boy.
Me, Toby, Miss
Present
Hope.
company excluded, right?
So thanks a lot to Mary Hope. She has her rooting interest out there in the city of Oaks. So thanks for enjoying the ride, and everyone who's been with us all week long on Twitter, on YouTube, on Fire TV, across all of our platforms. We've been sneaking some info in there on Instagram stories, so
sure, make
sure you follow HBCU Game Day.
Thanks to all of you for engaging. Just about set to start the second half. First 20 minutes to play. Clark Atlanta from the floor, 12 of 39 for 30%. Lady Marauders 13 of 28 at 46%. 1 of 12 from behind the arc for CAU. And 2 of 6 from behind the arc for Central State. 5 of 6 from the free throw line for the Lady Panthers. 14 of 10 for the Lady Marauders.
Can the Lady Panthers continue the momentum that they had at the end of that second period, or will we reset here?
It's going to be important for the Lady Marauders to kind of quell that if they expect to maintain a lead. Just like the men for Clark Atlanta, this Lady Panther team so explosive that they can just take control of a game very quickly.
Yeah.
Mandeldove now, after the break, floater to the rack. She missed on it, really wanted to get that basket to set the tone. Mandeldove now trying to jump defensively on Spalding. Half-court set now for the Lady Marauders. Spalding surveys, bounced it down low and threw it away. Turnover number 16 for Claflin. Holloway runs the paint, floater left side, banked it. And boy, that basketball finally made up its mind, didn't it?
Southern hospitality on the part of the rim. Come on in.
Yeah.
Sit down, have a seat.
It spun around. It looked like it was spinning out and took another spin and to the inside for the basket. So Holloway with her 6th point of the ball game. 38-32 after that basket. Spalding with the stop and pop on the bank. Nicely done by her.
On that previous play, they didn't respect Spalding's jumper laid off over that. Contributed to that steal. This time said, okay, I'm just going to drive.
Sure. Holloway works it left side to Miller. Now back across the floor to Johnson. Hard push by her at the rack. Good defensive work there by Fallon Edwards to take it away. Up the floor now, Banks running it, and then Holloway took it away from her.
4 on 2. What will they do?
Cross dribble there and over to Turner, and Turner banks it in. So Holloway with a nice dish. Turner with her first points of the ball game. Had those early 3 fouls, but starting the second half here for Coach Moore and the Lady Panthers.
Lead down to 6.
Nodder in the right corner now. Top of the key, she goes Edwards. Hard push by Edwards. Hop and got her own rebound after the missed shot and made on the putback.
Yeah, that was a extended stay Euro step there.
Indeed.
That was the Griswold Euro step.
The right corner, shots off by Mandeldove. Rebound, Banks.
Mandeldove's been a little short on that 3-pointer, but boy, driving to the hole, she's been money.
Banks going to square up on Turner, trying to draw that foul. She'll go to Spalding instead, and a whistle.
Yeah, Turner's got 3. The best she can do is stick her arms straight up. No reaching. Really, no jumping.
Coach McDowell with the right strategy there to try to work it right in front of Turner. She's got to get somebody in there that can execute on the inside. That time Banks was not able to do it.
Yeah, Harley with 3-2 for Central State, so she's got to be careful as well.
Indeed. Turner fires a 3-pointer and nets it for the Lady Panthers. Big basket there by Turner, already making her presence felt with 5 points starting second half. Spalding on the push now. Another bank shot by her. That one's off the mark. We go back the other way now.
Yeah, the volleyball spike out of bounds is going to go over to Clark Atlanta. I answered, my question has been answered. I think the momentum from the second period has carried over to the third for Clark Atlanta.
Certainly has. Mandeldove out front now. Slide pass on the inside. That's Hall working the paint. Left it short. Tapped out of bounds. And it stays with Clark Atlanta. Foul call down low. Nada call for the foul. An entry pass in the Hall. Missed on the shot and another whistle and another foul on Nada.
Yeah,
So
that's
Nada with 3.
I mean, that's a big target right there. She flashes to the basket. Courtney Hall, she's easy to find, and she kept the ball above her head. Drew the foul.
6:57 left in the third. Championship ball game. Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta, Lady Marauders of Central State. Hall with the first free throw. Rattled, and it stayed good for her.
Hey, if this was a game of horse, I would say you have to do it just like that.
Yeah,
it's going to
sure.
bounce around the rim, come out, and then go back in.
Otherwise, I win. Russell on the floor now. She'll replace Nodder after she picks up her third. Hall for the second. And she drains that one straight in.
Yeah, perfect form at the line.
42-39, the lead by the Lady Marauders, but the Lady Panthers just clawing right into it. Spalding out front now, left side to Edwards. Edwards push foul line, now right in the corner, pass batted by Mandeldove. Now Harley has her shot partially deflected, but it comes to Russell and free left side. Missing on the shot, there's Cox. Spalding got the rebound. Central State another look. Floater in the paint, good by Spalding and a whistle.
You can see the disadvantage that Turner has down there. She could have contested that previous shot, but she knows she has three. She just had to look. Shot was missed, but the rebound put back in the foul.
Spalding on a WNBA-style floater in the paint, and she converts on the three-point play with the free throw. 45-39 after the good work inside by the freshman Brooke Spalding. 6:20 left in the third quarter. Now Holloway handles for CAU. Entry pass Mandeldove. Now across the floor Johnson. She'll push. Back to Mandeldove. Fires a three-pointer. Front of the iron. Harley clears for Central State. Up the floor, Edwards. Left side Spalding. Travel violation. .6:03 left third quarter.
The crowd letting them know. You don't have to shoot from behind the blue line. It's the red line.
Holloway lost it on the penetration left side. She'd beaten Cox on the inside. Just lost the basketball.
That messaging has been lost all week long.
Sure. At the block, Cox underneath now. Nice job on the reverse lay-in by her. Got the step on Hall at the left base and then fronted Turner, and Turner just let her go through for the lay-in.
Yep, this may be the push back on the side of Central State here. They seem to be stabilizing here in the third.
Holloway now, hard push left bank by her. Whistles, blocking foul called on Holloway. That's her third now, so Turner, Johnson, and Holloway each with three for Clark Atlanta.
She had a pocket pass opportunity there with Hall when she went baseline. Hall's defender went to Holloway, but Holloway tried to do it all on her own and ended up with the offensive foul.
Usually works that way when you try to do things by yourself. Out front now, top of the key, Russell with the basketball. We're at 5:13 left in the third quarter. Hard push by Russell, head fake, turns with the jumper. Missed on that shot. Lady Panthers have it in the backcourt set. Mandeldove comes to the floor now. Cross goal by her, lost it on the surface, and a whistle. Russell diving forward, and they're going to get her for the foul.
That's going to be her third. So we've got a quadrant of players, starters on both sides, all but three personal fouls.
4:58 left in the third. 47-38, Central State with the lead. Quick break here, and back with more from the Women's Championship ball game. You're watching and listening live on HBCU Game Day. Championship Saturday continues here from the Bill Harris Arena. Women's action. Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Lady Marauders of Central State. 2018 SIAC Basketball Tournament Championship ball game. Trophy on the line. Holloway, left corner Turner now. Trying to get it inside the hall as Edwards fronts her there. Basketball tapped out of bounds by the Lady Marauders. It'll stay with the Lady Panthers. 17 to shoot. Entry pass tapped away and almost stolen. Now it is taken away by the Lady Marauders. Edwards with it in the backcourt now. 4:35 remaining. Harley, hard stop up front. Behind the back and to Spalding. She's free. Pops the three. Missed it bad, but runs down the rebound far side. Entry pass at the block. Now to Harley. Harley lost it on the drive. So turnover number 20 there for Claflin, for the Lady Marauders of Central State. And the basketball over to the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. 4:10 remains third. Hall across the paint, spreads, and a whistle inside.
Yep, she keeps it simple. Power dribble, sweeping hook. She's 6'2". There's not too many people out there that's going to block that shot.
So Courtney Hall to the line. She'll shoot here.
And her strength may be getting fouled and converting free throws.
Yeah. She's done a good job from the charity stripe. In the semifinals, limited with 4 rebounds in that ball game and a 1 block, but in this championship ball game now, Hall already at 7 points. And 3 of 5 now from the free throw line as she missed that one. Harley up the floor to Spalding. Nice cross dribble by her. And just flicks that little floater across the paint for the basket. So Spalding with 11 points in this basketball game.
Still looking for Holloway to get on track for that CAU offense. And that might be part of the solution there.
On cue as Holloway converts that basket. She's got 6 in the basketball game now. Spalding stops, pops, and spins it inside, and the basketball comes clear to Courtney Hall. That gets a spark from the CAU crowd. I think this may be a run in place here. Johnson for 3. That would have been big, but she missed on the shot. Up the floor now, 2-on-1. Good touch pass. Nicely done there by the Lady Marauders.
And Lady Panthers didn't get back on defense at all that possession.
Lady Marauders just trying to defend on every time the Lady Panthers make a surge. Mandeldove underneath. Harley rejected that. She got the rebound and a putback on the left side. Good work by Mandeldove to stay on that play. 51-44. Central State leads on a timeout taken by Coach McDole. She'll take it with her team leading 2:56 left in the third quarter. We'll step out for a break. This is a women's championship ball game in the SIAC on HBCU game day.
Create an online networking platform that bridges the gap.
As we get set to resume action in this third period of play, take a time here to thank the folks in the SIAC office, the staff, all on hand here at the basketball tournament. They have done a phenomenal job this week here in Birmingham. Commissioner Greg Moore leading that office, Kelly Elliott, Tyler Williams, and Leighton Baptiste, along with the supervising officials, Alicia Walker and Tony Green.
Yep, they fed me, so I'm pretty happy.
All things good to say as Harley picks up a foul here on the offensive, a correction away from that basket that time. It was Hillary Diatan picking up the foul. Whistles inside the paint. And a foul going to be called on Spalding down low. Spalding picks up her first.
Clark Atlanta's in the bonus at the line, number 1, Marissa Mandeldove, 2 shots.
Also want to give a special thanks to all the athletics directors for the SIAC schools for making it possible for their teams to come over here for the tournament and the level of support that they showed for their teams throughout the week.
You know, I've just enjoyed going to breakfast and seeing all the SIDs and being able
I'm glad you did.
Well, sorry I didn't tell you about that. Just being able to talk, you know, not the stress of a game's about to happen in 5 minutes. Just been a really fun time.
Sure, good call on that. Spalding missed on the first shot, got the basketball on a putback, missed there, and it's going to stay with the Lady Marauders of Central State. Yeah, it's always interesting when you get people outside of that intensity of the play environment and just get a chance to kind of go across the board with conversation. Entry pass almost stolen there. Back out front, firing the three as Davis missed on the shot. Harley got the rebound and a fresh 30 now for the Lady Marauders. Across the floor and they turn it over. Spalding had Diatan cutting to the basket, but Diatan never even looked up for the basketball. It just kind of sailed right about past her. Holloway now, half-court set for Clark Atlanta. Turner fires a three-pointer and rips it for the Lady Panthers.
You remember that movie Freaky Friday where the bodies change place? I think Holloway and Turner have changed places.
Sure.
Turner's hitting all the threes and Holloway's making her living at the rim.
Inside, right? Lead is 3 now. Harley lost it on the penetration, so the turnover gives it back to the Lady Panthers. This is a possible run in the making here for Clark Atlanta. Last time the Lady Marauders were able to rebuff them.
The CAU men's team just as excited as anyone else. They're jumping in the stands. They'll be playing next, but showing some support for the girls' team.
About to stomp through the aluminum floor here in the arena. Nice entry pass on the on play for the Lady Marauders as Cox got the lay-in left side.
Yeah, note to vigilance. Don't jump up and down, buddy. You are too massive.
Rattling the entire place. Mandalove knocks down another three-pointer there for the Lady Panthers. So Mandalove at 16 now, and the lead for the Lady Marauders down to 2. Harley now between the legs, knows that they need a basket to try to quiet this crowd. She'll slide and gives over to Spalding. 13 to shoot for Central State. Spalding right side, raises with the jumper and spins it out of there as Johnson goes to the floor and going back the other way.
Boy, nothing is more appropriate than that shirt I saw yesterday. Central State versus everybody. That has to be what they feel like right now. Fans across the arena pulling for the Panthers. It feels probably more like a road game for Central State.
No doubt. You're right. Good call on that, Tolly. Diatan picks up the foul. That's her second personal. Johnson to the line to tie this basketball game up. 68 seconds left in the third. Ties it at 53. So Johnson now with 5 points in the basketball game. The swing has taken fully in place. Harley right side now. Tied up in the corner. She'll work it out front. Lady Panthers hawking that basketball, and it's loose. A good diving effort there by Cox to keep it for the Lady Marauders, but with 10 to shoot. Spalding to the rack, missed on the shot. Mandalove got the rebound, and Diatan's going to pick up her third. Lady Panthers just really starting to execute on both ends of the floor now. An intense defense has rattled the Lady Marauders.
I don't think we have to say much to describe the atmosphere of what's happening here.
Sure. Picking it all up on the HBCU game day microphones as Mandalove leaves the first shot short there. One more to give the Lady Panthers a lead.
Have they led at all today?
They led early on.
So remember, Central State scored first.
Yeah, they had about a 7-0 run, and I think Lady Panthers was able to come back and claim a quick lead, but then it all went to the Lady Marauders for the rest of that first half and deep into this third period. And Mandalove gives the Lady Panthers their lead here. 54-53. Clark Atlanta with the lead. And hawking that basketball is Mandalove, and they'll get her for a foul there.
Yep, she rode her like a pony on that one.
So that's her second personal. 37 seconds left in the third. Lady Marauders need a basket here. Harley out front. And she's going to have to put this team on her back, seemingly. Cross dribble by her. Mandalove almost took it away. On the move is Edwards, left flank. Back to Harley for three. Got it. So Harley knocks down a needed basket there for the Lady Marauders. They reclaim the lead, 56-54. 13 in the seconds left, third period. Mandeldove surveys, hard push right side, nobody looking. She left it short. Mandeldove had the lane.
Yes, Harley had her entire body and head turned away from the basket. But Mandeldove left it short.
4.7 seconds remains. Quick pass to Hall. Back to Johnson now. They try it back, and that's Holloway, but that shot's going to be short in the corner. So we have come to an exciting into 3 quarters of play here in the women's championship ball game. At the end of 3, 2-point lead for the Lady Marauders of Central State, 56-54 over the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Back with the final quarter here in the women's championship from the SIAC tournament. This is HBCU Game Day.
On the field, behind the basket, in the press box, bringing you HBCU sports like you've never seen it before. Anyone who has ever been to a sporting event at an HBCU knows that it is just that, an event. The band, the cheerleaders, it's a complete show. The game day experience at HBCUs is truly unique. No media outlet does a better job at capturing that experience than HBCU Game Day.
From there, it was just an instant classic. It was a great basketball game.
Follow us online at hbcugameday.com, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also find us on Fire TV, Roku, and YouTube.
Final 10 minutes of regulation in women's basketball in the 2018 SIAC Basketball Championship. These 10 minutes determine which team wins the SIAC crown. Lady Marauders with the basketball. They lead it by 2 over the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Up top, Edwards with the basketball. Threw it out of bounds, trying to leave it behind for Spalding. So turnover number 22 for the Lady Marauders of Central State. And Clark Atlanta will come away with the basketball. Clark Atlanta going for its 6th title in women's basketball in the SIAC. Central State looking for its first. Hall at the block. Good rejection down low. Banks got the block. Good work by her. Up the floor she goes with the pass, Davis. Now Davis in the paint underneath. Whistle's going to be called. They get up for the travel. 9:19 remains in the ball game. Mandeldove. 9:10 left. Half court set for Clark Atlanta. Left flank Johnson now. Across the floor, Holloway. She'll take another 3 there. Can't get the range. And a whistle.
Mandeldove just came flying into your living room there if you're watching on your Fire TV. Turner has done a great job of not picking up that 4th foul.
Yeah, she has played for a long time without it. Turner pushes a bank shot left side. She missed on it. Hall can't collect. Spalding comes away with it. Over to Davis, right side to the rack. Missed on the lay-in, but Spalding will run it down. 8:46 left down this championship ball game. Across the floor, that's Edwards on the move. Back now, Banks squares for 3. Good look, missed on the shot. Rebound, Turner got it, and here come the Lady Panthers. They can tie it with a basketball, with a basket this trip down the floor. Mandeldove, right side. Johnson's trying to give him the lead with the 3. She drains it. Kiana Johnson with the triple, and Clark Atlanta pulls ahead, 57-56.
She's been looking for the range on that shot for a while. She finally found it there, and no better time if you're a Clark Atlanta fan.
Forces a timeout by Coach McDowell and the Lady Marauders. It'll come with 8:11. We'll stay here on the timeout. That momentum after that basket by Johnson clearly swinging in favor of Clark Atlanta. They're getting a lot of help from the fans who made the trip over from Atlanta.
Yeah, they are. And, you know, they started so strong, and then they've kind of maintained, but Clark Atlanta has been chipping away, the dog chasing the car. They've now finally found it, caught up with it. They pushed ahead by 1. I am still anticipating another surge by Central State.
Likewise. Lady Panthers, number 1 in the East. Lady Marauders of Central State, number 1 in the West.
This is playing to the script that the game that they played against one another in December. I think it was, what, a 1-point win for Clark Atlanta right before Christmas time. If my
Yeah, it was
memory-
December 16th.
Yeah.
Won that one by 4, 85-81. Good close ball game, though.
Yeah, but a difference now. Coach McDowell wasn't the head coach at that time. She was just an assistant coach, so we don't know how much tweaking and things that might be different here in the attack, but that was a close one. This one is a close one as well.
Likewise. Men's action to follow here from the Bill Harris Arena. Championship basketball on the men's side. The Panthers of Clark Atlanta on the men's side, and the Panthers of Claflin on the men's side for them. So it's an all-Panther affair on the men's side for the championship. Davis, floater, right side, left it short, and a whistle on the inside. They'll get her
Offensive foul, number 4, Jacob Davis.
on Davis out of the air, but on continuation after that shot attempt inside. So that's her first. With 8:03 left in the ball game, Clark Atlanta building off a 2-point lead as Turner squares up top Mandeldove. She'll work left side underneath.
Travel.
And we get the travel call against her. So that's turnover number 15 for the Lady Panthers. Spalding across the timeline now. Right side, she'll work it. Davis surveys, trying to get it to Harley if they can. Russell, bounce pass at the block. She'll take it, raised with the jumper, and missed on that one. Mandeldove clears for CAU. 3-on-3 basketball. She'll push it right side. Johnson pushes a 3 and missed on it. Harley cleared for the Lady Marauders. Up the floor, Spalding. Down low now, Davis to the rack, and she got the lay-in. They'll count the basket and a foul. Really no need for that foul there, Tolly. They were behind that play.
Yeah, what Central State does is when Clark Atlanta takes a three-pointer, they take off. Clark Atlanta looks to crash the boards, and a couple of times that's come back to bite on those long rebounds.
Let's take a look at this replay as
She's gone. She's
she's already out there. You notice downfield, she's way down there at the basket. There's no sense in fouling behind that. You don't have a chance of getting a block on that at all.
Yeah. And somebody has a responsibility to get back and not worry about the rebound for Clark Atlanta. Missed out on that assignment.
You're right, Coach. Mandeldove in the paint, missed on the shot. Nada had it. Holloway just took it away from her. They'll tie it up for the jump ball.
Possession remains with the Lady Panthers.
7:08 left. They'll have 17 to shoot. Mandeldove, quick push and threw it right over to Harley. Harley up the floor. Now that's Davis right side all the way through and got the lay-in.
Yeah, the half-court offense hasn't been so great for Central State, but transition, they've got lots of points
You
there.
mentioned it a minute ago, Tolly, about there was another run in this Marauder team. Maybe this is what we're seeing right now. They lead it now 61-57 after trailing by 2 just moments ago. Turner squares. She'll fire another three-pointer. This one's an air ball and off the mark. Back the other way, Central State with 6:38 left in the basketball game, trying to claim their first SIAC title. They entered the conference in 2015, runner-up last year. Entry pass inside Edwards, bodies falling and no whistle there. We go back the other way now.
Wow. Yeah, sometimes you jump into your defender hoping you'll draw a foul, but not bailed out that time.
Officials realizing this is championship ball game now. They lighten up on the whistles quite a bit now. Holloway slices through left side and finishes on the right side of the basket with the lay-in. Nice job by her. She's in double digits now at 12. Started slow, but coming along. We're at 6 minutes left in the championship. Harley, good cross dribble, slides to paint. Back to Edwards. Edwards tripled inside the paint, and she lost it. Hall with a good effort there over to Mandeldove. They can tie with a basket here. Mandeldove pushes left side in the corner. Holloway for 3, rattled and missed. Lady Marauders converge at the block, and they get the basketball.
This has not been her day from behind the arc.
0 of 8. Left side, Edwards with the lay-in. Spalding with an intricate, precise pass on the inside to Edwards.
Threaded the needle on that one.
Mandeldub, she'll push left side, got underneath, and she got the lay-in. No help down low by the Lady Marauders. 63-61 they lead. Right block, Nodder. Inside, pushes back out to Edwards. Now Harley. 19 to shoot. 5 minutes left in the championship contest. Davis out front. Spins the paint, doubled there. Lost it momentarily, and a timeout taken by Coach McDowell. She could sense something coming there. Took a timeout, 4:56 left here in the championship ball game. Lady Marauders with a 63-61 lead over the Lady Panthers.
So the question on Twitter, who will it be? Crystal up, hashtag SIAC. It's still up for grabs. The commissioner's going to give somebody a trophy here in 5 minutes or so.
He's waiting in the wings to do just that. Will it be the first for the Lady Marauders or the 6th for the Lady Panthers? Shot clock violation for the Lady Marauders. They must not have realized that coming out of the timeout that they took.
Yeah, because they called the timeout when their possession was going downhill there, so it was not a reset of the shot clock, so that was the right call.
Holloway out front now. Across the floor to Johnson. Clark Atlanta trailing by 2, 63-61. Now, Mandeldove. Across the floor, Hall, short jumper for her, missed on the shot. Basketball tapped around, Banks comes away with it for the Lady Marauders.
I think at this point, Turner can play with full aggression.
Sure.
She hadn't picked up that fourth yet. There's only 4 minutes to go.
Go wide out now. Banks underneath to the rack, missed on the shot. Rebound by Hall. Lady Panthers back the other way. Johnson on the light, quick step left side to the rack, and she missed. Basketball cleared by Banks and Clapp and the Lady Marauders of Central State.
You're going to get some Claflin here in a minute.
Yeah, I'm anticipating that to come. Whistles away from the basketball.
Looks like Harley got hit in the eye, so he's walking over to the bench.
That is her 13th second.
She's wincing a bit.
Mandeldove got her near the eye, so she'll take Harley will go out and see if she can get some attention to that and get right back in there. Russell onto the floor. Short jumper, right corner. Banks missed on that. Turner clears for CAU. And a foul in the backcourt there. Jada Davis, not real sure with 3:46 remaining why you would even risk that foul there in the backcourt.
Yeah, looks like Harley's getting some eye drops there on the sideline by the athletic training staff.
Holloway works it behind the arc now with 3:36 left in the ball game. Entry pass, Mandeldove at the right post. Good quick move by her on the reverse lay-in right side. She had to put a lot of spin on that basketball. She got it to the cylinder, kicked it the right way, and we're tied at 63.
Hey, she's 5'5", but she can work out at the post.
Yeah, that's where they started her. Tied ball game now. Davis over to Edwards, and a travel violation by Edwards.
Still working on Harley there. That I'm not for sure. She's still getting eye drops over there with her head back on the bench.
Meanwhile, whistle there by Johnson on the travel. 3:07 left in the basketball. Turnovers. Central State with 27. Clark Atlanta with 16. Davis across the timeline now. We're at 3 minutes remaining in the women's championship ball game. Nodder over to Russell. Somebody's going to have to step up here in the offense. Davis at the block now. Inside, Nodder pushes across the floor, Spalding.
Yeah, when Notter gets the ball, she's not looking to shoot. That's not the strength of her game. And so she took a little time to make that move there. They got caught 3 seconds in the lane.
One too many passes there for the Lady Marauders. So the basketball over to Clark Atlanta, tied at 63. Holloway at the post. Mandeldove. Now good lead behind there for Hall, and that's what they wanted out of that set. They took the basket the last trip by Mandahall, but that was designed to get her inside and get it over to the players at the block.
Yep, she drew the defender and then just made a pass where the defender was.
Pass inside, taken away. Now diving for it is Edwards, and jump ball. She tied up Turner. It'll belong to the Lady Marauders as Harley makes it back out on the floor now for Central State.
Crunch time, Chuck.
No doubt.
Time. We're getting close to that 2-minute mark. It's a 2-point game.
Central State on the inbound play to Spalding. Now Notter with it. Spalding on the move. Out front, Edwards pushes the jumper, can't get it to fall. Harley had a hand on the rebound, lost it to the Lady Panthers. 2:06 left in the ball game. Mandeldove pushing in the paint now, all the way through left side. Shot rejected by Notter at the block. So Notter with a good defensive stop there for the Lady Marauders, but it'll belong to the Lady Panthers now with less than 2 minutes remaining and right of their cylinder. Holloway pushes out front. Turner back to Holloway for
First
three.
three of the game. No.
Can't get it. Basketball tapped around. Hall had it. She lost it. Here comes Harley and the Lady Marauders. Left side, Davids for three. Yeah. Somebody had to step up other than Harley. As Harley makes it back on the floor, Davis knocks down a triple there. The lead is won by the Lady Marauders. We're at 1:33 left. At the post now, Holloway works left side to the rack, and she got the basket. They trade blows, and the lead now to the Lady Panthers, 67-66. Shanna defense going up by the CAU Faithfuls. Davis out front now. She'll work it right side, spins the paint, now over Spalding with the jumper, and she rims it good. Davis just a fraction of a step away from traveling, but got it to Spalding, and Spalding with her 15th point of the ball game gives the Lady Marauders the lead. Timeout taken by Coach Yolanda Moore and the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. They trail it at the timeout, 68-67.
Charles, what are we going to have here? Are we going to have free throws? Are we going to have overtime? It's going to be something dramatic.
Indeed, you're right. We're down under a minute remaining, and we have been here before.
You know, I was, telling a lot of my friends, the other half of the HBCU game day crew is at the CIAA tournament this week going on at the same time. I said, look, you guys are going to have the concerts and all that. I said, I'm going to be at the best basketball tournament. And it has played out. The last 2.5 days, we have not had a dog game at all.
Absolutely not. The entire tournament, it's been really good. Early first rounds had some scores that were a lot more separation there, but from quarterfinal on, it's been spot on in terms of quality of the play. Lady Panthers will have the basketball when play resumes. A late break of the huddle there by the Lady Marauders. They lead at 68-67. Number one team out of the East, Lady Panthers. Number one team out of the West, Lady Marauders. One of them will be crowned SIAC champs. Holloway behind the arc now. Has not converted on the three-point basket in this ball game. 16 to shoot now for Clark Atlanta. Holloway out front. She'll work it left side now with 10 to shoot. Zone defense by the Lady Marauders. Back out front, Mandeldove. Hard push by here. Foul line extended. Missed on the shot. But there's Hall with the putback, and she got it inside. So a second chance shot there for the Lady Panthers gives them a lead with 26 seconds left.
They can hold for pretty much the last shot. Game clock and shot clock almost in sync.
Harley gives it over to Spalding. Right side, Davis. Good move by here to the rack with the floater. Got it. Big shot there by the junior. Timeout taken by Clark Atlanta now. Wow.
Keep it right here. Oh my gosh.
14 seconds left. 70-69. Lady Marauders with the lead. Boy, quality basketball in this championship ball game. Another one of those instances where you just hate to see a team lose because both have done so well. Big basket there by Davis at the corner to give the Lady Marauders that lead. Tough shot there. 14 seconds left.
Do you want to hold it for the last?
Oh, boy.
Or do you want to get a shot off with 6 seconds or so in case you miss, give yourself a shot at the rebound?
It'll be interesting to see. I think it's going to really depend on what they see defensively. 14 seconds. You know they're not going to just give you a free lane on this one.
No, they are not.
Holloway will inbound at far side of the floor now. They'll look to the inside if they can. They'll go back out front. Johnson. 10. Johnson now over to Mandeldove. Now 10. Looks like they're going to be delivered about this last shot, Polly. At 6 to shoot. Mandeldove on the penetration right side. Head fake to the rack. She banked it. She got it. Mandeldove got the bank. And we got a timeout on the floor.
They left 2 seconds on the clock.
Mandeldove with a hard push, her 21st point of the ball game. On the replay, you can see how they were deliberate and did exactly what you said, Tolly. They wanted to run it down. Mandeldove amongst the trees inside. She's done it all game long, undaunted by her difference in height, and got a lay-in.
See, look, it's not the size. This is a terrible analogy. It's so played out. It's not the size of the dog. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
Indeed, Mandeldove.
Yeah, man, you
It's
may,
all of that.
on the exterior, she may look like a little poodle, but boy, that is all Rottweiler in there.
Sure, no doubt about it. Hard move by her inside to give her team the 1-point edge with 2.3 seconds remaining. Half court set here now for the Lady Marauders of Central State. They'll have enough time to get a good look here.
Wow.
Edwards to inbound it. They'll push it out if they can get it in play. Davis has got it at the bank. Davis had it blocked. And the Lady Panthers come away with the defensive stop to claim the SIAC Championship. They win it in regulation 71-70 over the Lady Marauders of Central State. Absolutely incredible finish here for the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. They claim the crown coming from behind in the second half, and they win at 71-70. And the crowd at Bill Harris Arena goes wild. Just an outstanding offensive set with 14 seconds left in the ball game to get a basket to take the lead. Lady Marauders had it with 2.3 seconds left in the ball game. They tried to get it. They gave it to Davis. That was the first person they could get the ball to. And her shot at right corner was blocked. And the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta, first-year head coach Yolanda Moore, claims her first title in her first year. Men's coach Darrell Walker did it a year ago in his first year. And now Moore claims it for the Lady Panthers in her first. Congratulations to the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta with the win. Outstanding job by them. Charlie Carr down there at court level now, trying to see if he can't get somebody. I think he's trying to get Coach Moore to talk to her after the ball game. Yeah, he's finding her now, and she's coming close to him.
How does it feel?
I'm so happy for these seniors. We've had so much adversity this year with injuries and losing players and just so much. And I'm just so proud of how hard they worked to stay together. And I'm just so happy for them. I mean, they stayed together. They played hard. They played like they wanted it. And I'm just happy for them.
Tell me about the last shot. You could have taken a quick shot. You could have held it to the end. What was the plan and how did it work out? Obviously, we saw you guys hit it.
The plan was to get a good shot, not the first shot, but to get a good shot. And we knew with the ball in Marissa's hands, she's a senior. She's been, the heart and pulse of this team all year, and we trusted her. She got it done.
All right, congratulations, Coach. That's Coach Yolanda Moore. She's Pretty happy.
Lady Panthers win it right behind the huddle. Tolly Carr standing right there. He'll try to get some more post-game reactions after they break their huddle. But the Lady Panthers with the 71-70 win, they are the 2018 SIAC Women's Champs. Sixth title in Clark Atlanta history overall, and the first championship under head coach Yolanda Moore. She in her first year. Tolly Carr.
It was all or nothing. I just had to go for it and pump fake because I knew they were going to try to block it. So I pump fake, and I just do what I do, and I made the layup, and that's what finished the game. It's exciting. Thank you. All glory be to God.
What are your feelings right now?
Told me this what happened, and it was hard, but we fought back and we finished, and I'm thankful that we stayed in it and that we had faith in each other and we finished this game and now we're champs.
What does Coach Moore mean to you?
Everything. She's the best coach I've had yet, other than my father. So I appreciate her and I look forward to working with her in the future.
All right, you're an SIAC champion, Marissa. Congratulations.
Thank you.
She hit the game winner. Wow, a lot of emotion out here, Charles, as they give out postseason awards here, all conference teams. The crystal that we've talked about is starting to be passed out. We got Miss Holloway. I'll see if I can grab her in just a moment. Are you still with me, Toby? We're good? Miss Holloway.
Hi.
So during the broadcast, we kept saying she did it the Holloway.
That's it. That's the only way I know how. But first, I want to give glory to God because without Him, we wouldn't be here as a team. We went through a lot this year as a team, and we overcame it all. And a lot of injury, a lot of just obstacles, and we overcame it all as a team. We can't do it without each other. They helped me be this great this season. It's all about the team.
The three-point shot wasn't going for you today. You made it up by driving to the hole. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of teams at this point have scouted this year my three-point shot, so I knew today it wouldn't be easy. It wasn't falling, so I knew I had to attack the basket. They gave me the lane, so I just had to do something else.
SIAC champion. How does that feel?
It feels great. Freshman year, we got it done. That's it.
All right, she did it the Holloway.
The Holloway.
Oh, wow. This is so much excitement here on the floor. Coach Moore is posing with Commissioner Moore as she's getting the crystal. We are crystalling up over here. See Lauren Turner. Let's see if we can work our way around here. Lauren Turner. SIAC champion Lauren Turner. You picked up 3 fouls early on. You had to play cautiously after that. Tell me about the game.
It was all mental. Like, that's literally it. It was all mental. They set the tone early. We actually were playing their game. And we just had to adjust and bounce back, basically. It was.
You came in, you hit some big three-point shots. I said it was Freaky Friday. I said you and Holloway changed bodies. You were hitting the threes, and she was driving to the bucket.
Oh, yeah, that's what a team do. You can do that. Like how Space Jam did with the ball. We were just giving powers away. That's it.
Winning this SIAC championship with the teammates that you love so much, how does it feel?
It feels wonderful. Going out with a bang. The greatest senior-itis ever.
They have something for you. Go over there and get it. Lauren Turner, she's a senior. She's going to go get her hat. Toby, I'll tell you what I'll do. Commissioner, we're going to play ad-lib here. Who are we talking to? Miss. We're going to work our way here. Getting orders from Charles. Charles bosses me around. I wonder if I could maybe interrupt for a live interview. Dr. Johnson, Commissioner Moore. Commissioner Moore, we're going to talk to you in a bit. I want to talk to Dr. Johnson here for a second. Doc, you have your women's team just won the championship. Your men are about to play. Let's talk about the ladies first. Coach Moore steps in, first year, a championship. How big is that for Clark Atlanta University?
That is just tremendous. I mean, following last year with Darryl taking over and going all the way, and then this year Yolanda showing up and doing the same thing. That's just fantastic for this university, for these young ladies, and really for those coaches to show that there's a benefit of having former professionals in the HBCU world as coaches.
Wow, you have a former WNBA champ, a former NBA player coaching there, and now the student athletes are champions. When you talk about the visibility of your university, what do things like this do, and how does that help the brand and the mission of Clark Atlanta?
What it shows is that we have twin mottos. The first motto is, I'll find a way to make one. And if you watch these last few days, they have found a way and made it.
I think they need you for a picture here. All right, so our live broadcast is just organic here. He needed a picture. Charles, I'm going to let you talk for a bit. And I'll let you take it away, Charles, and they'll take some pictures, and we'll see if we can get some more interviews here on the floor.
Great work down at court level by Tolly Carr as the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta hoisting that crystal trophy here inside the Bill Harris Arena. That's a clear signal that they have prevailed in this tournament, and they are the 2018 SIAC Women's Champs with a 71-70 win over the Lady Marauders of Central State. Absolutely outstanding job by the Lady Panthers to come off the deck to win this ball game and get crowned as the champions. And Marissa Mandeldove being crowned as the Tournament Player of the Year for her work in leading this team throughout the tournament for Clark Atlanta. They had to have 3 ball games to win it. They played in quarterfinal action, won against Miles College 60-54. In semifinal action on yesterday, they defeated the Lady Panthers of Claflin 61-59, and they get the Crystal Trophy today after winning it over the Lady Marauders of Central State. Final in the championship ball game, 71-70 over Central State, and the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta, they bring the Crystal to the AU Center and on to the Clark Atlanta campus. Chance for them men to do the same thing in men's action later on the day. And more sideline reporting at courtside. Tolly Carr is trying to get back involved in the action.
Hey, Charles, I'm here with Ayana Moore. Miss Moore, your father has been behind our broadcast all week long. Tell me what your dad means to you, because he is the world's greatest cheerleader and the loudest dad ever.
He really means a lot to me. He's always here to support me at everything I do, and I'm just glad that he was here to witness this win tonight.
And shout out to Mom, too.
Yes, my mom, too, and my grandmother as well. They come to every game.
You are an SIAC champion. Now, if I have the story right, coming out of high school, you were a really good player, had a knee injury, and so that kind of put your career on hold, and then you try out for the team. You make it. You're the 6th man off the bench. Tell me about that story and how great it feels to come full circle where maybe some people thought it wouldn't for you.
It feels amazing because I never thought I would be playing college basketball now, for real. Like, just coming off a knee injury, I just didn't want to play anymore, but my dad pushed me to go out there and try it again, which I did, and now we have a ring.
And tell me just what everything, the whole experience for you at Clark Atlanta and Coach Moore, what that has meant for you and rejuvenating your career.
It has been amazing. I'm glad that we have Coach Moore and Coach Bailey, because without them, I wouldn't have lost weight. Seriously. So they pushed us to get this championship, and I'm glad that we have them as a coach.
All right, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
All right, that's Ayana Moore. Her dad is the dad of the year. And they're about to cut the nets here. Toby, I'll kind of come over here and see if I can give you a good angle of the nets coming down. That's all right. You can let Charles do the talking. And
I'll just kind of angle my camera here on the ceremony.
Tali Carr at court level with Ayanna Moore. Nice job by her, part of that championship team. Parents right behind us. They've been here all tournament long, and they are just brimming with pride. The father even shedding a couple of tears, talking about how hard she has worked throughout her career. And she and the rest of the Lady Panthers will get the pleasure of cutting the nets here inside the Bill Harris Arena, and signifying the fact that they are champs. They'll take that net as well as the crystal to the campus and ever enshrine that at Clark Atlanta as the 2018 SIAC basketball champs on the women's side. They defeat the Lady Marauders 71-70 in the final ball game, the championship ball game for the tournament. Great job by the Lady Panthers. Lady Marauders, runners-up for second year in a row, and they'll fall to the Lady Panthers here. 71-70. Lady Panthers, the SIAC champs for the 2018 season. So that'll do it for our coverage of women's action here from the 2018 SIAC Basketball Championship. Lady Panthers prevail through the brackets. They win it 71-70. They are the champs. We'll step out for a timeout. Men's action coming your way on HBCU Game Day next. Thanks you so much for joining us. We'll see you back with men's championship action after the break.